Here we go with Florus again. A third sedition in the accusative, something excited it. The dignity of matrimony. So the dignity of matrimony excited or stirred up the third sedition, so that the plebs wanted to be joined in marriage, I'm guessing, with the patrician class, which tumult in the mountain Janiculus happened, I'm guessing, under the generalship or the leadership of Canulius the tribune of the plebs. That's when it sparked up, it exarcated, and that was the place on that mount. A quartam, this would be the fourth sedition or rising, was for a desire honorum, the cursus honorums of jobs with the state, etc., magistrates, as the pleb, or so that the plebs also, magistrate jobs could be created for them. And we'll get a bit more information. Fabius Ambustus, that's another good word for burning, Ambustus, he was a pater, he was the father of duarum, so it's of two females, by the A in the middle of it. Alterum, one of the other, looks like dative, to Sulpicius, he dedorated one daughter to Sulpicius, who was a patrician of blood, and the alterum, the other one, he youngstered, he joined, Stolo joined to himself, the plebeian. So one daughter went to patrician blood, the other one went to plebeian blood. Quae, which, one of the females, in a certain time, the sound, quadriply, because the sound of the rod of a lictor, or virga is a rod, they lictors carry rods. It was a sonum ignotum. It was an unknown sound. Ex pavor vivid, caused fear. It was unknown to her own house. So I guess either Stolo or the wife that married Stolo wasn't used to the sound of the lictor's rod, and satisfactorily, insolently, was in risa, was a mockery by her sister. So her sisters laughed at her, which was an injury or an insult. Inuria comes from injustice, which could not be tolerated, could not be borne. Itaque, and so Nactus, having obtained, it's a male, so it must be Stolo, couldn't bear this maybe, he obtained the tributanship. It's a job, a political office, a tribune, something of honours and of the magistrates, the consortium. Okay, so he's got some part of honours in the magistrates he extorted, with the Senate being unwilling in vito. Quemvis means although the Senate was unwilling, they didn't really want to, but he managed to extort a consortium with these honours. Virum, but in these themselves seditions, got some accusative here, not in merito, not undeservedly, you could suspectus. You could look up to these leading people. The Romans are an outstanding sort of leading people. Sequenum sense, now, and now we've got correlative, so you can say now liberty, now chastity, or at one time liberty, another time chastity, and then the dignity of birth, then the decor and insignia, Rindakvit, so they stood up or championed the decor, can be beauty or the honour of honours or whatever, the insignia in the they're looking up to these, say you've got birth, it would probably be the patricians, and then you've got the insignia and the honours of all these civil jobs, etc. They're championed anyway, and amongst all of this, inter haec omnia, there was nullius custios. Nullius is one of the naughty nines, it has those eyes in it. Nothing was more acre or more fiercer or more championed than liberty. And with no nullum qui in pretium, so they weren't corrupted by any largesse or bestowing of reward or bribery. Cum ut in magno, what have we got? Magno populo. So in day, from day to day, and this great and growing, I'm guessing, there's more people. Meanwhile, the Roman people were growing bigger and greater. Even though they're extiderant, they stood out some pernicious citizens. Every now and again, some bad people came up. But anyway, from day to day, the people got bigger and greater. Spurium's been inserted, so spurious to be a person. Something happened to him by bribery, and of Cassius by the agrarian law. So we've got two violations. They were made suspect, or they were dragged in the court. One was accused of bribery and the other of breaking the agrarian law. What were they suspected of? Regie dominus, dominationis. Anyway, they were multiplicated. They were punished with present death, or with on-the-spot death, or because they were suspected of looking to becoming kings or something like that. It looks like they wanted the power of kings, and the reasons given were the bribery and breaking of the agrarian law. Ac de Spuria, and concerning Spurius, indeed, his father Ipsius, the father of himself, the father of that guy, he sumcided supplicum, he took up the punishment of his own son, and Hunk, the other guy, what's it, Cassius or something, by order, by the imperio of Quinctici Dictoris, of the dictator Quinctius, in media fora, in the middle of the forum, the Magister Equitum, the Magister of the Horse, Civilis Ahala, he confronted him, dug him out with a blade, I assume. Manlium Viro, but Manlius, the Vindicem, the champion of the capital, quia, because Florus qui debitorum, many of the people who owed money, he had liberated. Because of this, he was efferenting, he was present participant, he was bringing himself forward or showing himself altius, rather high-natured and a bit incivilous, not too of the nature of a private citizen, and by which he himself had defended the ark, which is to be the citadel, for which he himself had defended. They dejected him. It looks like he was thrown off from a high part of this stronghold from the heights. Okay. A pharaoh bringing forth, so it looks like he was showing himself to be acting that way. Such domain for us, such were they at home and abroad, such in peace and in war, talis pace belliqui, were the people Romanus, were the Roman people. This was their fretum adolescentia. This is like the dire straits of adolescence, or literally it's a close bit of ocean near the shore. I'd say this is a bit of a stormy sailing. This is the second aeatem, the second age they had, or was considered, of empire, in which totem inter Alps, so everywhere between the Alps and the fretum Italian, the Italian waters, they subjugated with arms. Part 18, Domita Subacta Italia. Looks like a blade of absolute. So Italy was all tamed and subjugated. Populus Romanus, the Roman people in the nominative, were prope. They were near their quingentissimum annum, their 500th year, agons, conducting themselves with bona fides, so very trustworthy, and odella vicedet. It had grown into a bit of an adulthood. If what is robo, if what is strong, and if sequi, if what thing is its youth, then it truly was robust and young, and it coepided. It began, SA to be, par, which means equal to the orb of the world. Began to be up to the job of being on par with the rest of the world, or stronger than the world. Ita, thus, mirum et incredible dicto, so it's marvellous and incredible in the saying, those who, almost 500 years, luctad or stoma, had wrestled or struggled at home, adio, to such an extent, being so absolutely difficult, to have been the head of Italy, to have finally been in control of Italy, to be the capital of Italy. In the Ducentis Annus, in these 200 years which secunded, which followed, there was Africa, Europe, Asia, and Daniqui, finally, the totem orbum, the whole world. They wandered through. Per aggravated means they travelled through, and they were victorious in wars of the world. And that's it for the day.